turn my volume on.
Welcome, viewers, to the Man Cave Media Network and the Down East Prep Report, brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Steve Goodson, and along with co-host Chris Miller, we'd like to welcome Jacksonville High School baseball to the cave today. Coach Josiah, correct?
Josiah.
Well, I want to make sure I say it. You don't crush my name, Steve, but I want to make sure I pronounce your name right, dude. I'm just going to call you Coach Z.
Sure.
But Josiah Zamora and a couple of his standout players, Vasco Sutton, who I found out his mom earlier, works with my wife at Coastal, and Maguire Lewis, who I found out is a big college basketball fan, or at least going to try to win some money in a basketball pool later on, right?
That's right.
So each week on the Down East Prep Report, we talk to area coaches and standout athletes, and we touch on different storylines from around the local boys and girls spring sports scene. And this is the first show of the spring sports scene. So whether you're a parent, grandparent, athlete, diehard fan, or a local high school enthusiast, this is the home for all things high school sports. And it's all right here on the Down East Prep Report. And again, we want to thank our show sponsor, Marine Federal Credit Union. At Marine Federal, you're more than just a member, you're part of the community. With personalized service, competitive rates, and a commitment to your goals, Marine Federal is here to help you thrive every step of the way. Visit marinefederal.org to learn more and discover how Marine Federal Credit Union can help you build a better financial future. So before we jump in, just want to thank Vital Signs, Mike Lazaro Jr., Senator Mike Lazaro, for partnering with us for the kicking T-shirts that the group will be getting here each and every week. So thank you for that. Also want to thank Steve Wan and the fine folks at Steve's Subs and Salads for providing lunch. Make sure I get this right because it's a tongue twister. Family run, fast and friendly, and he says flat out better than the chains. Steve's Subs, located in Bryn Mawr Plaza, 248 Bryn Mawr Road, Jacksonville, 910-353-6040. You can call, place an order, and they got a drive-through, man. You ain't got to get out. It's so easy. Just go through, pick it up. Steve's Salad and Subs, where big flavor lives. So, before we get into the interviews, we've got a couple of just housekeeping things that we're going to do. Just like we do every week on Down East Prep Report, we're going to start with our Player of the Week. And our Player of the Week is Viviana Vega, senior, Northside High School. Vega put together a dominant week, tallying 8 goals and an assist across 3 games to help the Marks go 3-0 last week. The midfield forward opened the stretch with 2 goals and a 7-6 thriller over Havelock. Not much defense there. On March 10th. Then he erupted for 4 goals and an assist in a 6-1 rout of Hobden on March 13th and closed it out with 2 more goals and a 4-1 win over Princeton March 14th. The 8-goal week. What's that equivalent of, guys? What's that like hitting in 3 games? What's that, maybe hitting like 6 home runs, you think, or 4 home runs?
Yeah, probably 4 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, the 8-goal week pushed Vega's 2026 season total to 9 goals and 23 for her career. It also helped the Monarchs to even their record at 3-3 for the season and 1-0 in conference. Viviana was earlier named to the Jacksonville Daily News Girls Soccer Watch List for the season, so she's on the radar, right?
That 7-6 score was correct. I had to double check on that, but
That's a lot of goals, not a lot of defense.
And that wasn't an aggregate. That was a one game.
That was 1 game. Okay. So, Player of the Week, Viviana Vega, and that's brought to you by our good friends at Down East Heating and Air Conditioning and Jason Humphrey. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986, with locations in Jacksonville, Wilmington, and North Myrtle Beach. Down East is the #1 Bryant dealer of the Carolinas. Home office, garage, man cave, and yes, even a basement. Down East has the perfect system to help you stay comfortable during the winter sports season and the spring sports season. Didn't change that. Head over to downeastheating.com and let Down East put their talents to work for you. So we've got our player of the week. Now we're going to have our play of the week. So boys, you can tell your parents if they want to catch y'all and get you on the play of the week. We got Nick. You want to help me with his last name? Laguna. And I didn't put the information down here, but they were playing Croatan. Was it? And they ended up winning. Was it 2-1? They won.
They won the game 3-2 on Friday night against Croatan. Of course, they suffered a 12-8 defeat against West Carteret last night, which was a little surprising. But Laguna hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning to beat Croatan Friday night. So
let's watch it. How about that? Here we go.
Oh, that's out! That's out! That's out! Yeah!
I love the screen.
Love the screen. Don't know if that was Bob Euchre or who exactly that was, but Nick Laguna, play of the week, 2-run homer to lead Dixon to a 3-1 win. 3-2 win. I'm sorry, over Croatan earlier, or I guess last week or this week. One day.
Yeah.
When they play.
And you know who else hit a home run last night?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't you. Yeah, Vasco,
Vasco hit another. Vasco got one. Who'd y'all play last night?
Northside.
Always a good time when you can hit a home run off anybody, but Northside or White Oak are keys, right?
Yeah, little county rival.
Little county action coming. That's awesome. Well, that's great. That's great. Let's move on to our quote of the week.
Speaking of White Oak,
White Oak's got a new coach this year. First-year coach Corey Wallace, and I guess you talked to him preseason and just talked about philosophy and the team coming up. And coach says, I preach sprinting on and off the field for 7 innings. Negative body language doesn't help you. It all hurts you. When we hang our heads down and drag, the ball always seems to find us. We have to dive back into the next play.
yes.
So I'm assuming you talked to him, and there'll be something, maybe a story. Will there be a story coming later, or was that just in conversation that you got?
I ran the story last week. Thank you.
You did. I'm sorry, I missed it. My subscription to the Jacksonville Daily News electronic.
Yeah, you were too busy enjoying college basketball last week.
Yes, I did go to the ACC tournament last week. My bad. So yeah. So anyway, so next thing up, unless you have anything else, do you want to discuss anything about? We're getting into the spring season. Anything about any of the other sports, softball, lacrosse, track and field, whatever. Anything that you wanted to talk about, or you want to hop in?
Just want to hit off the White Oak baseball real quick. I know for years, I mean, it's no secret White Oak baseball has struggled over the last several years, and but I was really impressed with what Corey Wallace had to say about that, and things weren't looking good during one of the games last week against Southwest, and a couple guys not necessarily did anything wrong, but just kind of wasn't portraying the right body language. And one of those players had hit a home run earlier in the game, and he took him out because he kind of wasn't just representing the team the way he wanted to, and he took him out. So I was pretty impressed with the way the coach handled that situation.
That's awesome. And now, I mean, that's so good. Maybe trying to bring a new culture. I know the previous coach, Ben Stewart, is now coaching softball now, right? And I think we're going to have Ben on maybe later on during the spring season.
Well, actually, Ben was coach. He hasn't been coach for the last couple of years.
Okay.
Chad Farmville was the coach.
That's right.
And now he's at Lejeune.
Okay.
And then we open the door for Corey to take over.
Okay. So, good deal. So, we're ready to hop in and get these boys.
Yeah, let's beat them up pretty good.
Beat them over the coals. Okay, here we go. So today we're sitting down with the Jacksonville Cardinals head coach, Coach Zamora, senior catcher pitcher Vasco Sutton, and senior left-hander and first baseman Maguire Lewis. The Cardinals are off to now, I guess maybe a 4-2 start. Is that right? And looking to build on a 15-11 campaign from a year ago, where they reached the third round of the 3A state playoffs. Is that right? 3A or 4A state playoffs? 3A. Okay, so let's get into it. So, Coach, I'm going to start with you, and we're just going to lob questions back and forth with you guys. There'll be some questions where we'll ask all three of you or ask the players. But, Coach, first for you, you and I were talking before we came on air, Southwest guy.
Yes, sir.
Orange. You're the second coach that we've had that's the Southwest person We had Nia Burney, who coaches the basketball team, Southwest girl. But Southwest guy came back and you've taken over a big Carolina Conference program, and we'll talk about that in a little while with some real competition on the schedule. Now heading into year 2, what does this Jacksonville program look like compared to where you found it when you first came?
I think the biggest thing when I got it was knowing what we had to replace out of what they lost. So they lost a heavy dose of seniors that directly impacted the offense. We knew what we wanted to fix with some things. We wanted to make the pitching staff better just to give us a better chance. And there was 2 freshmen in the lineup every day for them that year in 2024. So natural progression. Those guys have gotten older. They've gotten stronger. They've gotten better. Looking at it now to see or imagine that we'd be in the position we were last year. I mean, you couldn't have told me we were going to be there. But when they exceed expectations and, play the way that we want to play, good things are going to happen for us.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, Vasco, you and I talked a couple weeks ago before one of the ball games, and you're off to another great start to this season, pitching wise, hitting wise, being a catcher. How have you had to balance both those roles, not just as a catcher, but also on the taking the bump? Has that been pretty challenging for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty heavy workload, but I got to stay on top of my recovery, and Coach Joe does a good job of, like last week, I pitched on Tuesday, so I didn't really get behind the plate on Thursday, kind of protecting my arm for the future, and just being on top of it.
So, Maguire, I know last year you probably didn't hit the ball as well as you thought. I think you batted about 235, 240, but I still think you were one of the better players in the area. I think I had you first team all area first baseman, and so I think there's no doubt you were one of the better players. What's the difference in your game last year at this time compared to now? Do you think you're off to a pretty decent start?
Yes, sir. I think one of the biggest things is just confidence at the plate. I think that's such a important aspect. Baseball is definitely a huge mental sport, and last year, I think I was just overthinking my at-bats, overthinking the success, and this year just try to be more open-minded about it, understand that, some games aren't going to go the way you want them to, and it happens to everybody. You just got to let it go and move on to the next.
That's awesome. And I'm going to hit on this in some way, shape, or form. It's not in a question. It's not in the rapid fire, which I don't think they know about the rapid fire. But baseball, or maybe you do if you've watched the show. So we shared these questions with you, but then at the end we have some rapid fire, just real quick answers that we haven't shared with you. It's off the cuff, but I'm going to somehow weave something into baseball players are superstitious.
Oh, yeah.
Are they? So I mean, and this is I'm off script already, but where are you guys superstitious? And if so, and we can start with Maguire and go down the line. Coach, when you were playing, you can think about it. What's a superstition that you have when you play?
I think a couple of the big ones are to never touch the foul line.
Okay.
I think that's always a really big one. Or
is it going to come up and bite you? I mean, what's is it?
So I don't touch it.
But you just that's something you've seen people do, right?
Yeah, it's just, I guess it's kind of talked about.
Yeah, okay.
You hop over it.
You hop over it, okay. Coach, what was one of your superstitions, man?
Just try to be in the same routine every day.
Just
from the way you put your socks on in the morning to what time you show up to the ball field.
familiarity.
Every day. Try to be the same every day.
That's right. Vasco?
For me, it's kind of weird, but usually hear the thing
Wait a minute. So skipping over the line isn't weird, but go ahead. But
No, yeah, I definitely
I'm just messing, man. I'm just messing.
But the look good, play good, or feel good type of thing.
Yeah.
But I actually in the past I have not played good with all these accessories on. So I just kind of go out there.
Minimalist.
Yeah, it doesn't really go good then. So I don't really put anything on it.
So and I'll ask both of you guys this again because you play different positions. Same superstitions, whether playing first base and catching as opposed to pitching, or different superstitions or different things that you do?
I'd say it all pretty much stays the same.
Stays the same. Stays the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not superstitious from that perspective. So I want to share real quick with you guys. Joy Weatherington watches every show. We love Joy. Great. She has a son that goes to New Bern. She's a Cardinal though. She says go Cardinals. Backwards never, forever ever. You guys know that. I'm a whiteout guy, so I'll tolerate that a little bit. Joy, thank you for watching. We appreciate you watching, and we know that you know the Jacksonville High School motto. Okay, Coach, you're juggling, and we talked about this high school, and you're also the head coach of the Jacksonville Ospreys this summer. 23 years old. Man, you got anything? So, how has leading two programs shaped the way you approach coaching your high school guys directly?
I think you can learn from the older guys. They can teach you things that I can help with them about. Obviously, no one's too old not to learn.
Yeah.
With them, it's more teaching, more hands-on. Obviously, in the summer, you can sit back and let them do what they've ultimately been trained to do, and just kind of make adjustments on the fly there. Here, we got so much time in an off season to make adjustments, or for them to hone in on one side of the game to truly, get better at. But time-wise, there's nothing else I'd rather do with it.
That's awesome.
Can't complain about it.
23 years old, man. That's all, man. You're living the dream, aren't you?
Tried to.
That's awesome, man. That's
And the interesting thing about Coach is when we're going to our third year with the Ospreys, but he was a player.
Oh, was he? Okay, so that first year you were helping coach, but you also were a player.
Yeah, I played a couple of games and then just stepped into the assistant.
Okay.
And he retired, and then
Retired at the right old age of 21.
but when and I'm not just saying this because Coach is here, but when he kind of hung up the glove and became part of the coaching staff, their level of play, especially pitching wise, took a higher step. So credit to the coach for the job he's done, and I think the guys they tend to like you.
I think so.
That's awesome, man. So let's talk about that, guys. So for Maguire and Vasco, you guys are two of the veterans on the team. So what's the culture like right now? And what are you guys asking of the younger guys as far as stepping up, or how are you mentoring them? Because mentoring is a big deal to me, and so I hope it's a big deal to you guys too. So however y'all want to go about it.
I think the culture right now is pretty good. Just trying to keep the energy up.
Mm-hmm.
Like stat games. Obviously, dropped one last week. But going into a more tough week next week, trying to just stack, play clean ball games, and get a couple wins.
I'd agree. I'd say the culture is good. I think one of the things with having a younger team, just trying to get the guys together outside of practice and get together. I think getting closer to their team is super important. Having good chemistry is going to make a big difference. And so yeah, that's what I'd say.
So just hanging out off the field and being yeah, that's important.
So, and Coach, you and I talked about this multiple times. While you were at Southwest, you were Conference Player of the Year. All area, got individual accolades. Did well.
You're getting old, man.
I know.
Because these guys that you're like naming all area, and now they're coming around to coach.
I know. Well, thanks for.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
How old
You're getting old. Go ahead.
How old are you?
I'm very old. I'm ancient. Go ahead.
What does it mean, the fact that you came back and continue to represent the area in a positive way? Does that mean a lot to you?
Yeah, for sure. I think not only do I want Jacksonville High School to be successful, but just the area. You look around at Wilmington or Greenville, and they produce guys left and right. The end goal is to be there, just like it is with football here. We want every school to have guys that can say they did X, Y, and Z at the next level, and we want guys to come back and give the knowledge that they were given back. Just keep it a never-ending cycle.
And speaking of that, if I look correctly, you have a former. Is Cade Anderson? Is he on your staff?
Not this year,
Okay.
Unfortunately, but
Was he on there last year?
Was.
Okay. Former Cardinal player.
Yep.
And so kind of coming, and giving back. Okay, I saw his name mentioned. So guys, both of you are joining coach this summer with the Ospreys. So how does that continuation benefits you guys? Are you going to be sick? No, I'm not going to say you're going to be sick of them after high school season, but as you know, both as two-way players, not both pitching and then playing field positions. Talk about just the continuity and playing summer ball under coach, and then maybe how that might help you guys if you guys are planning on trying to go somewhere this fall.
I think it's super helpful just because, with the Ospreys, you have new guys coming in from all over the place, and having a coach who's worked with you before and knows what you need to work on, it's super helpful because you can, kind of have a workload tailored to what you need. So,
Good deal.
Yeah, I think it's cool too. I think it's going to be a blast. Having the relationship that I got with him I think it's going to help a lot. Not a new coach around, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you treat? I mean, I know it's still several months away, but do you treat your former players differently than you would the guys coming from different parts of the country, or are they? I mean, how do you balance that?
No, they're all the same. Everyone, I look at them all the same, no matter, obviously out of respect. But once you learn a personality, you can understand how you want to go about day to day with them. With these guys, to know and expect certain things out of them, it just gets lighter in terms of expectations out there. And obviously, it's not the same as high school to where you're playing for pride or you're playing for something. Out here, this is summer for them to get prepared of what they're going into in the fall, and really just learning from the other dudes in the dugout that they're going to be around.
That's awesome. So Maguire, left-hander. I'm left-handed as well. Left-handed pitcher, first baseman. 2 questions. Which do you like more? Playing in the field or pitching, and/or where do you see yourself playing at the next level?
So out of the two, I definitely enjoy pitching more,
Okay.
just because it brings it more to a one-on-one thing. It's between you and the batter. You have full control of what's going on, and I like that sort of aspect of it. It's more personal.
Okay, yeah.
And then
Playing
at the next level,
next
yes,
level.
sir. I'm going to be pitching at the next level.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
You've already committed and
Yes,
or
sir.
so where are you going to be going in the
I'll
fall?
be going to Lenore Community College.
Okay, good deal.
in Kinston. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you'll be a left-handed pitchers, man. Growing up, I know. So just full disclosure, I played football in high school, played football in college, and I'm a big basketball guy because I did go to Carolina. So baseball is out of the big three. I like baseball, the third best. I love high school baseball, love college baseball. I don't like a lot of Major League Baseball, man. I just don't like a lot of but I don't like a lot of NBA basketball either, right? Just a lot of the drama. I don't know, but left-handed pitchers, man. That's that's like get drafted, $1 million bonus baby and all that stuff. Bryn Taylor from Beaufort, East Carteret. So that's awesome. And just congratulations on that. So for all three of you guys, again, 15-11 last year, third round of the playoffs. For all three of you, and you can answer how you want to. What did that experience teach this group about winning in May? And what does success in 2026 look like for this program based on that? I'll let whoever take it first.
You guys go first.
All right. I think the lessons it's taught is definitely like not every game, or you can't take each game for granted because if you don't go out there and compete, then it's over. Winning in May, like you can't just go out there and take it for granted. You gotta battle. You gotta get your A game off so you can advance. And it's life or death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it too. Never taking any game for granted. You can never go into any game, having one team that's better on paper. If you go into a game thinking like that you're going to come out with the win, you can get snuck up on. And I think just staying focused, staying dialed in is a super big part of it. Not looking at every team the same, having that same amount of respect for every team to go out and beat your opponent. So,
Coach.
I think for them having to learn how to win last year, no matter who the opponent was, just getting a win, no matter if it was clean or not, it's going to pay dividends to them down the road. Because before, it was tough. You lost games to where you should have won, especially against opponents. But when it comes down to May, you're in playoffs. No matter how you get a win, you advance, you move on. It doesn't matter if it's a 12-1 or 12-11, and you made 6 errors. Hey, you won. You move on. You prepare for the next.
Surviving advance, right?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, we want to control all 3 facets of the game, but you get a win, you move on. It's all that anyone looks at the end of the day.
Yeah, awesome.
Coach, so you are a pitching guy. you love good pitching, good defense.
Yeah.
What is your philosophy as far as pitching, and how do you make this rotation work with Vasco and Maguire and the other guys?
Yeah, it's definitely a workload on them at times, but we try to prepare them as they go. We're not going to burn anyone out too soon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of trust in all 4 of the guys that we've used this year, and then Cannon as well. I mean, he had a 1.6 ERA as a freshman, and he has 1 inning on the year, so we're definitely deeper this year. They've all gotten better. Biggest thing that we try to preach, and Cade himself too, when he's around, is we want their stuff to be best every pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Execute and get your best pitch off every pitch. Control what you can control. If they hit it or the ump makes a bad call, it's out of your control. We want us to give ourselves the best chance possible by focusing in, executing on one pitch at a time. And they've seen the fruits of labor when the stuff has gotten better to allow them to compete and go and beat a guy 1 pitch at a time.
Coach, you mentioned earlier. Okay, we got Millie coming into the lineup. Come on, Millie.
The mascot.
The mascot. She is the mascot. You mentioned the big Carolina Conference, and you mentioned earlier in a question Wilmington baseball, Greenville baseball, D.H. Conley, J.H. Rose, South Central. They're legit, man.
Yeah.
Not saying that the other schools in the conference are not, but those programs have some serious pedigrees. How do you prepare you guys mentally for those matchups, and what's your message when Jacksonville walks into? I mean, it could be some pretty intense environments up there, right?
Yeah, they know. They know ahead of time. We know who we're playing. Last year, the biggest message was, we're not going to be scared of them. We're going to go out there and compete, whether we lost in 5 innings or we played 7 innings against Rose and South Central.
Yeah.
There's no difference between them and us. The only thing that might be better is they had a better day.
Yeah.
Or we came out flat and didn't control aspects that day. But obviously they're much deeper than we are. We know that, but I thought there was times where we put ourselves in good situations to give ourselves a chance. Just cards didn't fall our way that day, and those are the growing pains that come with a young team like last year. But this year, you kind of take those scars and come back, and you don't miss on execution this year. So
That's a great philosophy. Before you ask the next question, I will full disclosure of not seeing Coach have not seen him in the dugout. Does he get into it, or is he laid back?
I think it.
Coach, I want to hear from them. I don't want to hear from you.
I think it all depends on the situation.
Okay.
I think in certain times there's times where you gotta hold guys accountable, and then I think it's all well balanced.
Okay.
That sort of aspect.
Vasco, you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's more on the laid back side, unless we just need to wake up.
Okay.
He gets into it a little bit.
Yeah. I can see him have a little fiery streak in him, there, man. It's kind of soft spoken, but then have a little fiery streak in him.
So, and Vasco, again, you and I spoke a couple weeks ago about the catcher being a natural leadership position, but how you've had to kind of elevate that and take that to another level.
Yeah.
To kind of tell us again, in what ways have you kind of taken that leadership role and taken it beyond just being a catcher?
Yeah, especially with the younger guys on the mound, getting into close games, tight games, later innings, kind of just going out there, talking to them, slowing the game down. letting them know like all the confidence in them that like they control the situation and go out and beat them. I mean, it's in their hands, and they prepared the whole offseason for that opportunity, and to just slow the game down and let it come to them.
How often does Maguire shake you off?
I think the last game I called him, maybe like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times.
Do you give him the business when
Whenever it doesn't work.
Gotta like that.
So what about you, Maguire? Obviously, we all know the last several years you've been a really good player, pitcher, first baseman. In what ways, what part of your game have you really taken it to the next level?
I think the stuff with the arm has been one of the most important in these last couple of years. Obviously, my freshman and my sophomore year, coming off an arm injury, it was really just trying to get back to the point of being healthy and being healthy for the whole season. And last year was my full season, first whole season being healthy. So just sort of in that aspect, and then obviously getting the stuff better, but just really focusing on recovery and being healthy throughout the whole season.
You like pitching or playing first base better?
Pitching for
Really?
sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome. So these are a couple questions I added, but they're not hard ones. They're softballs. I added them this morning when we were planning some future shows, and I'm going to go ahead and announce it because I think we're going to make it happen. We're going to try to have next, and probably have to do it next Friday.
I guess so.
A special show. We're going to have a special kind of kickoff show for the Touchdown Energy Baseball Classic, which will be the following week. And I think the game plan is going to try to have a player from each team show up. So except Lejeune, and Dixon's not participating. So that'll be 6 players. So Coach, we may need to maybe get whether one of these guys back or get a new player. Kind of have a player from each team come in and talk about the tournament next week. But so as I was just thinking about that, Vasco, last year you were the MVP of the tournament. Yeah, you forgot. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that happens all the time. You guys rallied past Southwest in championship game, coming back from a 7-1 deficit. Now, I bet Coach when you went down 7-1, he probably wasn't laid back then. But yeah. So tell me, I mean, this is a loaded question. You barely remember you were MVP, but what do you remember about that run, just the tournament and that game, and you guys winning, that tournament? And do you think there was a boost in confidence that kind of carried y'all through after that?
Yeah, I think that definitely started a spark. I think that was one of the more gritty games that we got into, being down 7-1.
Yeah.
Having to work our way back, getting pitchers out the game, and kind of just adding on runs at the time. But I think it definitely did create a spark going into back half of conference.
Yeah.
Knowing if we do get down early, that we can put those runs back up and trust our offense.
Yeah, good deal. I love it, man. He just like, oh yeah, that's right. I won the MVP. I forgot.
And people forget that the previous year y'all went 3-0 in the spring break tournament too, and the format was a little different.
Yeah, it was different.
It was a little different, but they went 3-0, and I think that kind of gave you guys a little bit of a boost late in the season as well.
And Maguire, you the game before, I guess in the semis, you pitched. And you held. Now, hopefully, you remember this. It's not like some other folks here, but you held McMichael to 2 hits. Big reason you guys advanced to the championship game. So, as defending champs, talk to me about your guys' approach. I know you guys take one game at a time. You got some games, obviously before that. But once everything settles and you guys are getting prepared for that tournament, do you think you guys? Jacksonville's had a lot of success in that tournament in history. I don't know exactly the number of times they've won it, but they've won it multiple times. Do you feel like you guys walk in with a target on your back, and is that motivating to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest things is just not going into every game thinking it's promised, and knowing that we've had success in the past, but it's a new year, so that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Everybody's there to win, so taking one game at a time and getting it done.
Yeah. Historically, Jacksonville has fared real well. Dixon has had good teams in the past in the tournament, and has Swansboro.
Well, I think officially Swansboro was the champion 2 years ago,
2 years
even
ago,
though Jacksonville
yeah.
went 3-0. Like you said, the format was a little funky, and but Dixon, I think, has had the most, and unfortunately, they decide they don't want to. They want to take their ball and go home and
take their ball and go do what they want to. We were so the company that I retired from has been the long-standing sponsor of it. Jones Onslow Touchdown Energy has been the long-standing sponsor of it. So I've been out there many a year and awarded trophies when the weather has been much like this. So this is supposed to be the official spring show, and when you know the last 2 days.
And Steve, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys enjoy playing the tournament, don't y'all? Y'all play. I mean, it still means a lot to you guys, doesn't it?
It's a blast, dude.
I think it's the funnest little 3-game stretch of the year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all the guys. You get to see guys that you potentially play. You might play travel ball with, or you might go up against. And you're all kind of in that environment. It kind of screws up going anywhere for spring break, I guess. But everybody just kind of hanging out in Onslow County baseball, all in one group, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. But that's all I've got except for rapid fire. Do you have any other questions that you want to ask the guys?
No, I just one other thing. Again, Vasco, you and I talked, but I kind of want to ask both y'all the same question. You had a good run in the playoffs last year, but that third round loss still kind of gets you, still gets y'all. Does that motivate y'all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think coming off that loss, going into this next year, looking for one more, just trying to go as far as we can in the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely does motivate, like knowing what could have been and trying to go farther this year. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into the rapid fire, we know what Maguire's doing next year. Have you decided what's going on next year about playing, or?
I'm playing at Brunswick Community College.
Okay, good deal. So you're heading to K-Town to Lenore County, K-Town. You're even close to the beach. Okay, all right. So now, man, rapid fire. I've got some rapid fire for all you guys. First thing comes to mind. Okay. So, and if we did this yesterday. Oh, we got the big dog right here, Charlie. How about this? Charlie, you want to sit down, or you don't know? He's not going to stay. Go on, buddy. Mm-hmm. So, don't think about it. Answer the questions. We did this yesterday with some wrestling group out of Croatan, and we developed a pattern. One needed to hear what the other one said first in order to be able to effectively answer the questions. So maybe that won't be the case. We'll rotate here. For the players. Okay, so you can answer this. You're not long removed from this, man. Walk-up song. Maguire. Well, I'll start with you, Maguire.
Heads will roll.
Heads will roll. Coach.
It's been too long. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Mimosa 2000.
Mimosa 2000. All three of you. Post-game celebration meal after a big win. What is it?
Chipotle.
Chipotle? Yeah. Coach.
Steak, probably.
Steak. I like how you think, Coach.
Any sort of Mexican.
Any sort. Okay.
That seems to be a thing.
It does seem to be a thing, but I like the way Coach thinks. Boys, best thing about playing for Coach Z? Be honest.
I think it's how young he is.
How young he is.
I do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that, and that same thing. He can relate to us more, and having a young coach.
All right. Teammate or player that makes you laugh the most in the clubhouse or locker room?
I got Maguire.
Maguire. Okay. Maguire, who you got?
I would say Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Coach, is Ryan in? You got
Ryan's very unique.
And what's Ryan's last name?
Yates.
Yates. Okay. All right. Okay. All three. Sunflower seeds or bubble gum? Which one?
Sunflower seeds.
Seeds.
Gum. High socks or long pants?
Long pants.
Long pants. Long pants.
Okay. Baseball player you could watch hit in the cage all day long, pro or college? Maguire.
Didi Gregorius.
Okay. Coach?
Dansby. Dansby's awesome.
All right. Vasco.
Acuna.
Okay. Coach Z, you're a 23-year-old head coach. What's the most I can't believe this is my job moment you've had so far? And it could be with the Ospreys or with the high school. Can't believe moment.
So those days where you got to get the field prepared in the morning with some rain coming out. Those are the days where it's gritty as an individual, but it helps with there's a reward and we can come out and play. So.
Well, I was going to say when he has to do the laundry.
Yeah, how about that? All right, so these are a little more serious. Coach, while you're heading up the Cardinal baseball program, what will the Jacksonville faithful see from your Cardinal teams this year and moving on? Just consistent.
This year, I think this is the best chance on paper that we have to do something. But going forth, I think it's really just each player's passing down and picking up the mantle where we're coming off of, next guy up mentality. Want it to be at a point to where it's like a little brother system. You get another one come in, you get another one that comes in, and you get another one that comes in. Just making it a tradition.
Awesome. Best piece of coaching advice you've ever received?
Say just playing it the way you play a game of chess. Use the pieces you have, best of their abilities, and let them do what they got to do on the board for the rest of the team.
Cool. Vasco, toughest hitter you've had to game plan for from behind the plate, whether it be this season or whenever. Toughest hitter as a catcher that you've had to game plan for.
It was my, I think, Andrew Wallen.
And where did he play?
He was at Rose, but now he's at UNC. I don't know if he's still at UNC, but he was coming to UNC.
Okay. Maguire, left-handed pitcher. You model your game after. Anybody?
I would say Kershaw.
Kershaw. All right. That's good. That's good. Coach, biggest adjustment you've made as a head coach from year 1 to year 2 in high school?
Just understanding where they are in their shoes at that moment. Kind of learn how guys react when certain situations happen. So either, addressing the situation sooner or laying off sooner.
Yeah.
Just taking a step back is the biggest thing that helps them in certain situations.
And I guess, too, it just comes, you're becoming more familiar with the players, right? You're learning the players and whatnot. All right, last question I have, and then if you got something, and this is how we finish all rapid fire. I changed the name, but the question is the same. Jacksonville Cardinal baseball is one word. Jacksonville Cardinal baseball is what?
I want to say tradition.
Tradition. Okay. Vasco, Maguire?
Sleeper.
I like that, man. Maguire? You can't take it. You got to come up with one.
I'd say gritty.
Gritty. I like that one, too. Gritty, tradition, sleeper. I like it. You got anything else?
All right, best baseball movie. Coach.
Sandlot.
Sandlot. Gotta love it, man.
Sandlot.
I'm gonna go with Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. I like Bull Durham.
I like Major League.
Major League. Which one?
The first one.
Okay. Yeah, as they get old, yeah. There have been a lot of movies made about baseball.
Yeah.
A lot. I'd probably say more than any other.
Well, quick funny story. I was covering a baseball game. I think it was last year during the Easter tournament, spring break tournament. Somebody hit a fly ball, and I said, "It's too high." And I said, "What do you mean too high?"
Is that from Major League?
Major League.
Okay. I like Bull Durham because it was filmed in Durham. A lot of it was filmed in Durham, and anything with Kevin Costner is pretty good. So anyway, that's all we got. So, Coach Vasco, Maguire, thank you guys for joining us. I didn't know if you guys. So, do you guys play again tonight?
No, sir.
Okay, you played last night. Okay, I was looking at this. I've got Northside, and then are you diving into your Big Carolina League starting next week?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tuesday and Thursday
Next week. Well, we'll be rooting for you guys. We'll be keeping up with you, and again, hopefully, we're going to be able to put together that Touchdown Energy kind of special baseball classic kind of preview show next week. So maybe we'll have one of you guys back, or we'll let Coach make that call. But anyways, thank you guys. We appreciate it a bunch. We got some other things we're going to do. Y'all stay right here. But this segment has been brought to you by Moore Buick GMC. At Moore Buick GMC, it's more than just about selling cars. It's about serving the community. Right here in Jacksonville, Charles Williamson and his folks are proud to support local schools, charities, and events while helping families find the perfect Buick or GMC to fit their lives. From rugged GMC trucks to luxurious Buick SUVs, you'll find a wide selection backed by friendly service you can trust. Whether you're buying, leasing, or servicing your vehicle, you'll always be treated like family. More Buick GMC, driven by community, powered by trust. Visit them today at their location on Highway 17 in Jacksonville or online at morebuickgmc.com. So it's time for each week we do a scholar athlete of the week, and we recognize a student athlete in our community who shines on the field and off the field, whether it's in the court or on the field or on the track or whatever. And these are leaders setting the standards with hard work, talent, and academic excellence. You guys may recognize this person. Ava Stevens, the numbers, senior, Jacksonville High School. Numbers, GPA of 4.5. Current courses include honors anatomy, and physiology. I can barely pronounce that word, physiology, and she's taking a class in it. Wow. AP literature. Previous coursework includes AP language and composition, IB biology. She says she's an IB program. IB math, IB sports exercise science, and AP pre-calculus. Again, she's a midfielder forward for the Jacksonville ladies soccer team. They will be coming on the show April 8th, I think, and I don't think she's coming. I think we
got Katie and then
Katie and Riley, I think, are coming. Her club team, she plays for the Wilmington Hammerheads FC in the NCNL League. Also plays golf and tennis. First team all area 24-25 Jacksonville Daily News girls soccer watch list. So Ava Stevens has been a force for the Jacksonville Cardinals since her freshman debut. Known for her versatility as an attacking midfielder and left winger, she evolved into one of the area's most dynamic players and a team leader during her senior campaign now. Her junior season showcased her playmaking ability, earning first-team all-area honors with performances like a 4-assist outing and a 6-1 victory over Havelock. I'm beginning to see a theme here. Everybody's scoring a lot of goals against Havelock. Northside did it and Havelock did it. I'm beginning to see the theme here. This year, she's among the Cardinals' leading scorers while competing at the elite NCNL level with Wilmington Hammerheads. Beyond soccer, Ava is a three-sports athlete competing golf and tennis while maintaining that 4.5 GPA. And we talked about her rigorous academic courses, including classes that I can barely pronounce. So congratulations to Ava Stevens as being our Scholar Athlete of the Week. So that's going to wrap it up. Do you have anything else that you would like to talk about? I got some programming notes and whatnot. Do you have anything else you want to touch on?
This was going to be a good show. And, subscribe and like.
Yeah, we'll get that. So this is going to wrap it. Down East Pro Report brought to you by Marine Federal. Big thank you again to Coach Z and to Vasco and to Maguire. Good luck in the rest of the season, guys. We'll definitely see you out at the Touchdown Energy tournament out in Richlands. Thank you guys for coming. Some great conversation. I hope you liked the little caricature that looks just like all three of you guys. By the way, you can thank ChatGPT for that. And of course, Chris, thank you for joining us, man, for providing your insight, wisdom, and knowledge. And again, Marine Federal Credit Union, where you're more than a member, you're a part of the community. Visit them at marinefederal.org. So now, real quick, just some programming notes we're going to talk about. If you haven't been watching, you need to watch the Homegrown series. This week is episode number 11, so we've hitting into the stride. Last week was Nate Mahouchik from Jacksonville High School graduate. He is now a sophomore at Methodist. I'm going to preview this now for the show that's coming out, or the athlete that will be previewed this week. Coming out at 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. If you don't catch it then, if you're in bed like me, then you can catch it tomorrow morning. But you're going to enjoy this. This is a really great kid. Tristan Shapiro, also of Jacksonville High School. So we're going to see a little segment on Tristan.
Actually made me realize how good of teammates I had. All the camaraderie was so good because I dropped that pass. Yeah, we had 2 other plays, could have scored off those 2 other plays, but I dropped the game-winning touchdown.
Well, you think, man, that when something like that happens, hey, it's on me.
Yeah.
One play, it's hard. The coaches and the fans and your parents will tell you, one play didn't make the game happen.
The game happened.
But in your mind, you're going to think that.
Yeah, and so after that, everybody, my boys from back then, Noah Gibson, Shane talked about him, Josh Benton, they came up to me after the game, started talking to me, say, everybody, it happens, not just your fault, it's the team lost. And then the next day, Monday, we had a meeting. Everybody was in the meeting before the meeting, comforting me and all that. It kind of made me realize football is more than just a game.
Yeah.
It's camaraderie and othership.
It's lifelong for.
So there we have Tristan Shapiro. He's a senior graduating. Well, he's actually going to graduate with his brother is at Greensboro College or Guilford College. Tristan is at Barton, and he's a senior, but he's not going to be graduating, I think, until the spring of next year. But that's coming out tonight. Again, it's just about kids that have gone, excelled here in our community, and now they're doing awesome things at the collegiate level. Tristan's got a great story. He's studying in sports science, and he's actually he's already training athletes. So he's a good kid, man. Next week, the Downey's Prep Report will be on Tuesday because I have to travel out of town on Tuesday afternoon with my consulting job. But next Tuesday, March 17th, I'm sorry, March 24th, at 3:30 p.m. We're gonna be entertaining Richlands soccer. Correct? We've got Coach Mike Rowe from Richland Soccer, along with Mia Wells, who will be attending UNC Pembroke in the fall playing soccer. And we also have, what's her first name? Camry Watkins, senior at Richlands, who will be attending and playing soccer at UNCW in the fall. So we're going to talk about Richlands girls soccer and the impact that they're having so far on the season. And then we got some other shows going on. I mentioned them yesterday. We're going to be recording all area basketball stuff tomorrow. The players of the year, the teams. That's not going to be live. It's going to be recorded, and we're doing the boys and girls show tomorrow. And they'll be airing sometime next week when you release your articles for the Daily News. So we'll coordinate that. So with that said, anything else?
No, just enjoy college basketball this week.
Enjoy college basketball. So real quick, I'll ask, and I'll pop over. I'm a Carolina homer, but they're not going to win it. I'm probably going for Arizona for the national championship. Who you got in the national championship?
I got Arizona.
Got Arizona. I'm gonna flip over to you boys. Maguire, who you got?
Go Heels, baby.
You're loyal.
I'm loyal.
All right, man. I like you, but I mean, okay. Coach, who you got,
I
man?
have no idea who's even good. I've not been watching.
Yeah, you spent some time in Illinois. Illinois got a pretty good team this year.
Yeah, not sure. A Carolina boy for sure, but
Okay.
obviously they're not good.
Okay. So far we're good. We got one last choice here. As long as you don't say the one we'll be all right. Who you pulling for, man?
I haven't really been keeping up with it either, but I'm a Kentucky fan.
Okay.
Because my dad, but I know they're not too good this year.
That's all right. As long as you didn't say Duke, we're good to go. So I like Kentucky, I like Carolina, and Arizona. So we'll see who'll make it. We got several interesting weeks coming up. So with that said, for Chris Miller, I'm Steve Goodson. Thank you guys for listening, and guys, thank you for coming today. We appreciate it a bunch.
Absolutely.